We're Sales Tax and More. Today, we will be discussing frequently asked questions about exemption and resale certificates. The first question we receive is, I hear certificates expire. How often should we request an updated exemption certificate? The answer is that in most states, certificates do not expire. However, as a best practice, we suggest updating certificates every 3 to 4 years. We believe this is important because a lot can change in 3 to 4 years. Maybe the certificate was valid when it was issued, but something has happened which invalidates the certificate. Anything that changes a tax number could invalidate a certificate. Changes in ownership, changes in entity type, and even company relocation to a new state are some of the more common problems we see, but there are more. Having invalid certificates on file can be a ticking time bomb when at the same time providing you a false sense of security. The second question we receive regarding exemption and resale certificates is, does the date on an exemption certificate need to be dated before the first sale made to that company? The simple answer is no. It does not need to be dated before the first sale. Some states identify the specific amount of time after the sale that you can get a certificate, and others just ask it be done in a reasonable amount of time. If you're audited, just about all states allow you to go back and get missing or invalid certificates. Only now, they're subject to additional verification. This means the auditor will generally check if the purchaser had a sales tax permit at the time of purchase. California may or may not allow you to use what they call an XYZ letter. An XYZ letter would be mailed to the purchaser in lieu of getting a certificate. The XYZ is then provided to the auditor, and is then at the auditor's discretion as to whether an XYZ letter can be used in place of a certificate. California is the only state that allows this process. In all other states, you would have to get the missing certificate or a corrected certificate if it was kicked by the auditor. Finally, the third question we have received is, what would you advise regarding tax risk for registrations for companies where goods are typically sold as raw materials to other manufacturers? While we're not quite sure we understand the question asked about tax risk, if all of your sales are exempt, you should make sure you're collecting a valid exemption certificate on all your sales. When it comes to registrations, some states do not require a company with 100% exempt sales to register. However, other states do require you to register and file $0 returns. The risk is when you're not collecting and completely filling out exemption certificates on the correct form. We hope this answers some of the pressing exemption and resale certificate questions that we get. As a reminder, we offer a great number of free resources on our website, including webinars, videos, and blogs. If you're in need of a consultation, please visit our website, salestaxandmore.com. We look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for watching.